With 6 of its students dead, the University of California, Santa Barbara community is in mourning. The gunman who methodically planned the attack chronicled his descent into a deranged rage. How did this young man, who seemed to have everything, become a mass murderer? Tonight, we take a close look at the clues and his parents' futile race to try to stop him. ABC's Cecilia Vega is in Santa Barbara.
Tomorrow is the day of retribution.
Is this the latest face of evil in America?
You forced me to suffer all my life, and now I'll make you all suffer.
An angry and psychologically twisted young man whose public rantings exploded into sheer terror in a quiet California community.
Shots fired.
Taking 6 young lives and injuring 13. 22-year-old Elliot Rodger, the son of Hollywood privilege, but sexually frustrated. A virgin vowing revenge in a twisted video he posted Friday addressed at his perceived enemies, young women he says rejected him.
All those girls that I've desired so much, they would have all rejected me and looked down upon me as an inferior man if I ever made a sexual advance towards them.
Deep delusions that would turn deadly.
I hate all of you. I can't wait to give you exactly what you deserve.
And tonight, the University of California, Santa Barbara shut down. Classes canceled, flags flying at half-staff, a community in mourning. Thousands coming together for an emotional memorial service.
Let us cherish the moments that we've shared with them and be grateful to have had them in our lives as friends, as family, and as loved ones.
And now new details are emerging about Rodger's life. His parents divorced. His father, Peter Rodger, a respected director who worked on the Hunger Games. But their son Elliot lived his life as an angry outsider. A family spokesman telling ABC News Rodger had been in therapy from 9 years old. But this painfully shy young man creating on video what he couldn't in life.
I've waited a long time for this.
Is the killer's attempt to recreate his persona in a sympathetic way and in a way where he can get understanding, relevance, meaning, where his life has no meaning at all.
This was a plan years in the making, executed methodically. The apparent revenge fantasy set in motion Friday night. At 9:17 p.m., Elliot Rodger's therapist calls Elliot's mother Chin, alerting her to an email from her son with a manifesto called My Twisted World. 137 pages pouring from this tortured mind, idyllic childhood memories, painful teenage years, and finally, an elaborate plot to kill.
He's so invested in carrying out the mass killing that he'll sit down and write and edit and re-edit something that amounts to 140 pages, make a variety of different videos, and mobilize to a degree that this becomes a project, an ambition, a career path.
His mother, alarmed, checked her son's YouTube channel. Immediately, she called her ex-husband, and they raced to Santa Barbara, saying they call police along the way. But it's too late. The first 3 victims already dead. Rodger's 2 roommates, James Cheng, Yuan Hong, and George Chen, along with their friend, Wai-Han David Wong, all stabbed to death in this apartment building. A death too terrible for George Chen's parents to even contemplate.
I just don't know why this happened to our son. It's crazy. This just doesn't make any sense.
At 9:27 p.m., the first reports of a mass shooting underway.
Shots fired.
Just as soon as we heard the noise, it was so close and just so terrifying.
Rodger's next target, a sorority. He says to take revenge against all the girls who he believed rejected him.
After I've annihilated every single girl in the sorority house, I'll take to the streets of Isla Vista and slay every single person I see there.
This young man seems to have had a complete lack of skills and ability to interact with anybody, let alone the opposite sex.
He banged on the door of Alpha Phi. When nobody let him in, he shot 3 women around the corner, killing 2, Catherine Cooper and Veronica Weiss. But Rodger's rampage wasn't over. 9:30 p.m., he opens fire at this deli filled with students. Surveillance video shows people diving for cover.
I honestly thought that was my last moment. I thought I was going to die.
His final victim, Christopher Michaels Martinez.
I gave him CPR for 10 minutes before the paramedics showed up.
Our son was the most important thing in the world to all of us. He was our only child, and he was so much a part of our lives that it's hard to imagine how things are going to be like now that he's gone.
At the end, Rodger, driving in his black BMW, plowed down bikers and indiscriminately shot pedestrians.
Some guy ran in our house bleeding everywhere. He said he got run over by a car.
Nick Pasachuk was skateboarding with friends when Rodger rammed into him, sending him flying in the air.
Both his legs are broken. His left leg was completely shattered.
By 9:33, it was over. Rodger and police in a gunfight. The killer drives away, but then crashes his BMW, apparently turning the gun on himself. Police say they found 400 rounds of ammunition in Rodger's car, and that he carried out his shootings with legally purchased semi-automatic handguns. He was under psychiatric care, his parents saying they did everything they could to help a shy, reclusive son, even reporting his disturbing videos to police last month. Police went to his home, but say they found no cause to search it or order a mental evaluation.
Because of the narrowness of the law, danger to self, others, or grave disability, those officers acted in accordance with the law.
But in his manifesto, Rodger wrote, "If the police would have searched my room, found all of my guns and weapons, I would have been thrown in jail, denied of the chance to exact revenge on my enemies." Thankfully, that wasn't the case, but it was so close.
The problem is that we send the authorities, who are not mental health professionals, to check on this young man, and it takes a very trained eye and a lot of skill to decide whether or not this person is a risk to hurting themselves or hurting others.
His anger at sexual rejection morphing to misogynistic diatribes.
Girls gave their affection and sex and love to other men, but never to me.
And now, a worldwide outpouring, more than 1 million tweets decrying a culture that turns women into sex objects. Hashtag #YesAllWomen, now fighting back.
Because every woman I know has experienced some form of sexual harassment, abuse, or assault, myself included.
And on campus tonight, remembering those lost, sharing the pain, and searching for answers.
If you agree that the people in Washington should hear that not one more person should have to die because of this ridiculous situation, then when I raise my hand, I want you to shout so loud that they're going to hear you. Yeah! Not one more! Not one more!
For Nightline, I'm Cecilia Vega in Santa Barbara, California.
But often that search for answers can be so difficult. Thanks, Cecilia.